Yeah, so it's the morning of. The match is scheduled for 9:30, so I think I prefer that. My friend before was waiting for an evening match, so that was just very mentally draining. I think waking up and then hanging around all day for a match, it just the energy gets taken out of you. So I'm glad that it's sort of first thing in the morning. Kept the breakfast quite light. I didn't really want to be carrying too much around the court, so yeah, just had some eggs and some bread, have some on-court snacks of course, so just kept it very simple. The weather's great as well. I mean, there's no sun, so I'm not going to be worried about that with the serving and stuff like that. No wind either. It's really calm today, so yeah, looking forward to playing and just getting on court, to be honest. I think just putting all of my practice into this match, it'd be good to do it, and I'm just gonna focus on the things that I know I need to do with my game plan. Watch the previous video if you need any, well, one of the previous videos, it's on tennis game plan. So I'll just use the 3 simple things that I've explained, and it's also about just staying very physical, just make it tough for the opponent. So I'm just focusing on all of the things that I can control. There's no point sort of focusing on, am I going to play well, am I going to play bad? It's more a case of things I can control, the things that I know are my strengths, the things I know that I can do to, I guess, improve my favours with the match. Now, firstly, I'll make sure that for upcoming match play, I'll have a camera. I think it's important as well, not just for you guys and the content, but to, I guess, assess my matches and get everything I can from it. I think actually I could have really used some footage of the match I played, but I just didn't have the camera, so a bit unfortunate. But yeah, like I said, I'll make sure that the camera is there for all of the future competitive match play events that I do. I know that you guys want to be seeing me play. I think it's one thing obviously watching me in videos training, but it's obviously a whole different environment when I'm on a tennis court in a foreign country playing against tough opponents. So looking forward to it. Before the match, I was feeling a bit weird. I think I'd sort of played competitive matches throughout my sort of tennis career, and I've never really felt the sort of feelings that I felt in Tunisia. I just think it was playing in a foreign place, it being sort of the highest level that I'd ever played. I kind of felt a bit out of my depth, but I sort of wasn't too hard on myself. I tried to focus. I was doing all of my warm-up routines. I was making sure that I was ready, making sure that I was hydrated and had enough food. Made sure I was there so early so that I could sort of watch some matches, get comfortable with the environment, and make sure that my body was ready. Did quite a long warm-up before the match. I actually had to wait around for quite a long time because I was waiting for the doubles final to finish for the court I was playing on, and that lasted, I think, 3 sets. So it was quite a long, boring match. So I say boring because I just really wanted to play, so I was getting a bit fed up, to be honest. I'd got there and was glad that I had some time to sort of settle in, but it's sort of been 2-3 hours by that point, so I kind of felt actually quite unsettled. I think there's only so much time that you want to be waiting around as a player, so I was just eager to play. Heading onto the court, I was feeling quite motivated actually. I think it being the first ITF I played, I was just trying to enjoy it, but that quickly went away. I sort of I played a bit in the warm-up. I hadn't played 2 days prior because the Friday I was travelling. It was impossible to play with all the, I got there in the evening, so literally no time. And Saturday I'd messaged a few people, I had no luck with that. There was limited court availability as well, so I hadn't played the Saturday. Sunday matches were sort of on first thing, and all of the practice courts were booked up, so not much I can do. And I sort of used that 5 minutes in the warm up to sort of get any rhythm going, and I was actually playing quite well. And then, yeah, I felt like all of that positive emotion sort of disappeared the moment we played. I felt quite pressured the moment we started. He was hitting the ball quite heavy, quite relentless, wasn't missing, and I think I played quite defensive first set. I'd won the first game. I think it was quite lucky, really. He'd missed a few easy shots just where it was quite early on. I managed to carry through with my serve, but then I had a really, really wobbly start, and I ended up losing the next 6 games in a row. I just felt really, really nervous. I'd sort of never experienced that sort of feeling before. I'd been obviously anxious on the court before in matches in the UK, sort of national level stuff, but I just couldn't get out of this sort of cage that I felt that I was locked into in the match. I wasn't able to play very relaxed, and obviously against someone who's quite experienced, he was ATP points, who's got a good ranking, they're not going to let you off the hook. So he was just very solid, was just moving me around the court. I was trying to counterpunch, but I just wasn't putting the pressure on. So obviously he then upped his level because I'm not making him have to think. I'm not putting any pressure onto him. So actually I'm making his life quite easy. But I didn't panic. I actually kept quite positive. I'd finished that set 6-1. I kind of knew during the set that it was falling away and that I wasn't playing the right game, but it's not as easy as just switching it off. It's like it takes so much time to change the way that you play and to feel better on court. It's not a sudden next point thing. It ended up, like I said, taking the whole set for me to feel somewhat comfortable with the match. And yeah, I could sort of feel it falling apart, and I guess the scoreline was slowly creeping away from me, and it was just whether I could stay mentally strong enough and I guess carry on. And second set, I put quite a lot more pressure on, and then I actually was able to go 3-1, 40-15 up, playing some great tennis, but I just wasn't able to keep up the level. I don't think that I was able to be, I guess, persistent enough, consistent, and my shots were just not reliable enough. I had to be a lot more relentless on court. I had to make a lot more balls than what I'd made, but yeah, I just wasn't able to keep up the level. I felt like he was able to sustain a great level throughout the match, but for me it was a big struggle. And yeah, that then creeped away from me. So 3-1, 40-15 up. I then missed a few cheap points to sort of make it 3-2 to me still. I then crumbled, and yeah, I lost a set 6-3. I'm going to make sure that I play some tournaments back in the UK, like while I'm training in between the ITFs, because the tennis was really good. I was impressed with my level. There was nothing bad that I could have said about the way I played, but I'm just not quite match ready. I just didn't feel tough enough on court, and that's something that I need to work on. So it was unlucky that I lost, but lots to take from it.